Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Ant.
Here we go.
Tip-off goes to the Celtics. And now the Los Angeles starters. Reeves at the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Rui Hachimura is out there with Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point. Tatum, good.
You have got to be in Tatum's space. This guy is such a terrific range shooter.
James against Brown. The shot by James, no good. And here's Boston. It's a three-point game. Tatum from long range. And Reeves pulls it down. Hachimura finds James. Back to Hachimura. From deep, here's Doncic. Boston pulls it in. Tatum looking it over. Outside Porzingis. Here's Holiday. Rebounded by LeBron. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Doncic passes to Hayes. Doncic against Holiday. Launches a 3. And there's James on the assist from Doncic.
Oh, the rhythm and timing for LeBron James. No hesitation off the catch. You love to see it.
Right side Brown. For 3. First shot won't go. The Lakers have gone 1 for 3 so far. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Holiday passes to Brown. Hachimura against Tatum. Floats one. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Just tremendous understanding and fundamental basketball by Jason Tatum in pick-and-roll action. Beautiful.
Out to James. And here's Doncic outside. It's hauled in by White. Boston's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Takes it inside. And that one's good. Porzingis.
Well, if you leave someone that wide open, Derek White will put it on time and on target.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Joe Mazzulla.
We talked about how exhausting it is to go up against Luka Doncic. Coach told me, quote, Luka's probably the toughest cover in the league because no one has been able to figure out a way to stop him. We have to just bring the intensity and do our best to slow him down. It's going to take a team effort to get that done. Back to you, B.A.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Tatum can't hit. The Lakers trail. James attacking. And it's James with the jam.
How intimidating it must be when LeBron is bearing down on the rack like that.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Porzingis has got 5.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And stolen by Porzingis. Outside Holiday. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Count it. Lakers trail by 5. Now here's Doncic. James, right side. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Jaylen Brown picks one up.
You simply can't bite on that pump fake from LeBron because he is waiting for you to leave your feet, and he's going to lean in to get to the line.
Al Horford's checked in for Boston. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. Outside White. 1:57 left in the first quarter of the game. Puts up the 8-footer. Some solid defense from Hayes. Lakers trail by 3. Pass to Doncic. Outside Reeves. Rebound Boston.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Here's White. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 8 so far. Here's James. Out to Hachimura. Pass to Doncic. And there's the drive. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
Yeah, an offensive player like Luka expects the contact. He's anticipating it, so it doesn't bother him. That's a big-time finish.
Back to White. Horford for 3. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
I'll tell you this, you better shut down lanes to the rim because Rui Hachimura is capable of exploiting those windows.
White against Reeves. Horford outside. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Well, there isn't a shot Al Horford cannot make, and on the interior, that's easy work for him.
Holiday against Doncic. Out to James. On the table. And slam dunk by James.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Holiday with the ball. Pass to Brown. With 2 seconds left. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Boston out in front. They lead by 3. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
So on the floor for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Austin Reeves out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pass to Craig. Fires the 3. Drops in the 3. Craig's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Craig.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Hachimura, the pass to Reeves. Now here's Doncic. He's closely guarded. Reeves finds Doncic. Doncic throwing his weight around.
If you allow Luka to establish position because of his size, his strength, his footwork, turn the lights out.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Porzingis is checked in for Boston. Holiday comes in for Craig. Pass to Tatum. Too easy for Tatum, even with the contact.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
Hachimura outside. And here's Reeves outside. Boston pulls it in.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
I mean, just forcing the issue, Drew gets a pair at the line.
Boston shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
You know, one thing you got to love about Drew Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. It's stolen. Tatum against Hachimura. Shoots from the baseline. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Tatum's got 9.
Well, size and skill. Tatum on the interior, yes, sir.
Here's Doncic. Give him 8 points now. Out to Hachimura. It's stolen by Tatum. In transition, here they come. And Tatum finishing the fast break.
Well, you can see the length and the impact defensively of Jason Tatum. The rip and then the score on the other end.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Holiday. Hachimura outside. A shot to stop the run. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Holiday passes to Hauser. Porzingis with a screen on Doncic. Pritchard, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Oh, Luka, like a bull in there.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Hauser. Now Tatum lets it go from deep. Rebound, the Lakers. Hayes has got his 5th rebound in this one. Reeves against Holiday. Here's Doncic. Here's Hayes. Hachimura outside. Hayes, the pass to James. Shot clock at 6. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Second chance effort. Hauser grabs the board. Boston leading by 4. Tatum from long range. Doncic pulls down the board.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Out to Hachimura. James deciding where to go with it. Doncic left side. Fires from the wing. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
Well, Luka Doncic relishes the opportunity to control the action, and right now he is cooking the defense.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Some changes for Boston. Horford, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. Brown comes in for Hauser. And it's White in for Pritchard. White finds Holiday. White with a screen on Doncic. And here's Porzingis. No good again that time.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Pass to Hayes. And here's Hachimura. Horford covering. Now here is James. Here's Doncic. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
And here's Brown for three. And Brown knocking down the triple.
A dangerous shooter from all areas. Brown's eyes get real big when he shoots these corner threes.
Here's Doncic. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Drew Holiday. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one at the line is good. Doncic hits them both. 7 seconds left to play in the half. Outside Holiday. Lets the three fly. And again, Boston with the triple. And so it's the Boston Celtics leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their entire defense is designed to stop LeBron right now, and that's been effective. We'll be right back after this word. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Doncic passes to Reeves. James inside. Defended by Brown. Back to Reeves. Pass to Doncic. James with the ball. The shot off that time. Nice D from Tatum. From deep three-point land. White can't hit. Lakers trail by 6. Hayes, the pass to Hachimura. Outside Reeves. Here's Doncic. Out to James. It's stolen by Holiday. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. James, right side. Hachimura outside. Pass to Doncic. And they doubled up Doncic. On the wing, Reeves. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Reeves has gotten his second bucket.
Well, Rui Hachimura has a chance to set up a teammate, and look at the delivery. Well done.
Holiday passes to Tatum. To the inside. Brown. And the jam by Brown.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
And good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness.
Here's Doncic. Some solid defense from Holiday. Boston leading by 6. White for 3. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got 6 rebounds now in the game. James inside. Brown's there. Outside Reeves. Hachimura outside. Here's James. Tatum pulls it in. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half.
Jason Tatum is a thirsty scorer, and right now filling it up.
Here's James. Pass to Doncic. Outside Reeves. Clock at 6. LeBron going downhill. And it's James with the jam.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some hang time to pull that off. Here's Tatum. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
Yeah, Jason Tatum's jumper is just so pure. This guy is on point with the midi right now.
White against Hachimura. Boston pulls it in, and he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line in this one. That's good from Holiday. Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. Celtics lead by 9. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Tatum. Takes a 13-footer. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Tatum's got 17.
That is the exceptional versatility that Jason Tatum shows, and it's every night, guys.
Out to Hachimura from the arc. Tatum pulls it in.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
And here's Brown for 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Hayes has got rebound number 7 tonight. James goes in. Right side Reeves. And stolen by Holiday. Tatum with it. Hayes picks him up. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
I'll tell you, that defense was on point. But how about the better offense of Jason Tatum on his way to the cup? Woo-hoo!
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Some changes for Boston. Al Horford comes in for Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Hauser in for Jason Tatum. Lakers trail by 13. Can they get it? And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Jaylen Brown picks one up.
At his size, LeBron is a handful inside, and sometimes you can't help but foul him to try and prevent that easy bucket.
Both free throws good from James. Celtics lead by 11. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Cornette's checked in for Drew Holiday. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Boston.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Luka Doncic has a big, strong frame. The N1 chance, nicely done.
This will be a sports shot at the line here in this one. Boston's gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Here's Pritchard, guarded by Doncic. Rejected by James.
Wow, LeBron James sends it back. Woo-hoo-hoo. LeBron on the defensive end.
2 points. That one goes. Vincent's got his first 2 points.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Horford. Rebounded by the Lakers. Doncic has got 5 rebounds in the game. Vincent passes to Lynn. Now here's Doncic. Guarded closely. Back to James. Pass to Finney-Smith. 5 on the clock. From 15 feet away. James can't get it to go.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for the Celtics. 8 points in the quarter. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Celtics lead by 10. And so in the game for Los Angeles, Alex Len is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's James, then it's Gabe Vincent, and it's Doncic in at the point.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And he just powered through contact, trying to complete the play.
First one falls for him.
What you love about Luka Doncic is he's this unique combination of size and skill. He could really play cross-positionally. He makes shots at all 3 levels. So dangerous.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Doncic. Pritchard gets it to go. And the Celtics lead by 12. The Lakers shooting the rock well at 46%. Here's Doncic with the drive. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot.
Well, Luka Doncic, because he understands windows of opportunity, has the footwork and the change of pace. The drive is easy for the Don.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Vincent passes to Lynn. Here's Doncic. Doncic just barrels his way to the rim.
Very tough to contain Luka Doncic. He plays at his pace, but boy, is he effective.
Here's Tatum. James with the rebound. James has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Doncic. That shot missing. Nice D from Horford. Celtics lead by 8. There's Tatum with the 3. Tipped.
Well, for a big guy so light on his feet, Len rising into the air with ease.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And some changes here for the Celtics. Cornette's checked in for Horford, and Drew Holiday is subbed in for Hauser. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Tatum. Not enough on that one as it misses.
He's fallen into a bit of a slump this quarter. How quickly things can turn.
Doncic outside. And Craig pulls it down. The Celtics have gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. That won't go either for Tatum.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
James double teamed. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. And here's James. Physical play by LeBron inside.
That's about power, that's about control, and that's about LeBron James and the ability to have touch inside.
Here's Tatum. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
And Boston with some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Cornette. Brown comes in for Craig. And it's White in for Pritchard.
Jason Tatum continues to emerge, guys, as one of the most elite players on both ends. We know on the offensive end he's a dangerous three-level scorer. He's also capable of locking you up defensively.
And Holiday powers it home.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Nice shot by Finney-Smith.
Well, this is where Dorian Finney-Smith has really come such a long way. What a transformation to a real threat beyond the arc.
It's Holiday with a drive. White for three, and the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. And the Celtics lead by 11.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays. Well, he is so efficient, so productive. But for them to have real success, he needs help.
Tatum with it. Finney-Smith's there. The offensive rebound. Kick out to Brown. This one for three. And again, Boston with the triple.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
There's a minute 59 left in the game. Pass to Finney-Smith from outside the arc. Boston pulls it in. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Up top, Tatum. He's marked by Finney-Smith. Outside Holiday. Back to Tatum. And the Celtics, another three.
The rise and fire by Jason Tatum. Ready to catch it and score it immediately.
Here's Vincent. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Celtics.
One area where they set themselves apart today, their aggressiveness in getting steals.
It really hindered their opponent all game long. And, of course, it helped spark their own offense.
And what a huge performance it was for Jason Tatum.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Boston on offense. They're on a 16-5 run. Here's Holiday. Uses the glass on the layup.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Out to the wing. Pass to Doncic. James against Brown. And that one's good. James. 41 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Outside, Brown. Back to Tatum. 18 feet out. Again, the Celtics good for two more.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for Boston. They lead by 17. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. White for three. Gets the three to fall.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
So we see the Celtics taking the W here. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Drew, this team is winning games. What's coming together for this group right now?
All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian A.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Joseph in at the point guard. Now, here's Joseph. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Powell against Wagner. Powell, the pass to Leonard. Over Carter. Banchero grabs the board. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Down against Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to Wagner. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Powell, and that one hits back iron. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Leonard, kicks it out to Harden. Puts up a 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
When you think about James Harden, he's had such an effect on the game. Brent, they changed the rules because of him.
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, because you can think about it a couple of ways. There was a system change for James Harden to try the system, and then, as James has said himself, he became the system. So leaning into all of the analytics of basketball, you have to have somebody who can represent all of the things that system would require, and it came in the form of the beard for many years. And that kind of offensive output is something that is going to be, we'll be hard pressed to see that again, Kevin.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 0-4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And it's Leonard missing.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Banchero. To the paint. And then Carter with the dunk.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Harden against Joseph. Here's Leonard. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn.
Kawhi like a robot out there, just shrugging off the contact. Beep, boop, pop, pop.
Wagner from long range. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
And here's Harden following the 3 from Franz Wagner. That one drops for him.
Well, Harden just outworking them inside. Could we say he wanted it more?
Magic leading by 3. And now the latest from our reporter David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Tyronn Lue for just a minute, and we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Here's Wagner. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Carter outside. Now here's Caldwell Pope. No scoring in this one. And it's good off the back rim and in.
I like when Caldwell Pope gets on a roll with his offense. He knows when to take the shot.
From deep, Harden. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Magic. 6-point game. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Carter. Isaac comes in for Banchero. Anthony's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Black subbed in for Corey Joseph.
I tell you, Isaac has great vision for a big man. Can see over defenders easily thanks to that size.
Now here's Dunn. Pass to Powell. Harden up top. Back to Powell from past the arc. Rebounded by Anthony.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Black in the post. Dunn covering. Black, no good. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Leonard inside. Isaac on him. Pass to Harden. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Here's Isaac. And he overshot that one, missing.
He may not be the strongest inside presence, but still, he's got to convert from there.
And it's Leonard missing. Orlando leading by 8. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Chris Dunn picks one up. For Orlando, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And here's Harden for 3. No good that time.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
And so it's Orlando going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Right back after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
On the court for Orlando, we've got Paolo Banchero. Black is out there with Cole Anthony. And it's De Silva in at the 3. Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Brent, I've always thought the stoic demeanor of Kawhi Leonard was very imposing for an opponent.
Well, there's just no rattling, right, Kevin? How many times have you seen Kawhi Leonard get outside of himself, react to a call, become emotional? Now, as a teammate, you have to have an understanding that he might not motivate you in that way, but certainly as an opponent, it's intimidating. I remember playing against John Stockton and Karl Malone much in the same way. Emotionless, relentless, that's sometimes intimidating for an opponent.
Here's Black, guarded by Harden. Pass to Banchero. 6 to shoot. Here's Bitadze.
The long arms of Zubac's creating some pretty smothering coverage out there.
Bitadze can't hit. Harden kicks to Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Harden inside the three-point line. Offensive rebound. Now Powell. Leonard, that's for two. Aggressive move inside from Kawhi.
And you don't want to give Kawhi that kind of positioning. He doesn't waste good looks.
Pass to Black. Here's De Silva. Guarded by Powell. Banchero against Leonard. The jump hook, and it's Banchero getting it to go. Banchero's got 7 points.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Here's Bitadze. Pass to Black. Here he goes. Makes it off the glass. Clippers trail by 8. Powell, the pass to Zubac. Now Harden. Back to Powell. Now here's Leonard. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. Joseph comes in for Cole Anthony. They set the pick. Here's Banchero. Pass to Bitadze. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And smart ball movement there from Banchero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
Powell finds Dunn. Harden outside. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 7.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Orlando making some changes. Franz Wagner's checked in for Goga Bitadze. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Black. Wagner passes to Joseph. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Leonard dishes to Powell. Pass to Harden. Back to Powell. And here's Leonard. Clock at 6. Over Banchero. Leonard, no luck. Orlando leading by 6. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, that's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Dunn kicks to Harden. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Banchero's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to Banchero. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Goga Bitadze's checked in for Orlando. Clippers trail by 8. The jump hook, and it's Leonard missing. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever. And just not the guy you want shooting the ball from the free throw line against you. Caldwell Pope can more than hold his own.
Orlando leading by 9. Here's Wagner. Easy 2 points on the layup. Wagner's got 7.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Wagner outside. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Lets it go from 11. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Leonard down the lane. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
There's no way he even felt that contact. That's what makes Leonard so tough to defend. On the dribble drive.
Wagner passes to Carter. Shoots over Leonard. And Carter with the basket on the assist from Wagner.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
The 3 from Harden. Joseph with the rebound.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wagner outside. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guy at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Wagner outside. Off target with his 3. And so it's the Orlando Magic in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game.